For the team, took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free, free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity, I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I still live through technology. The sun will start shining. Black is the pain, and tears the pain, and tears the pain, and a dash of love just became shine. Your destiny will manifest, yes, for the
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you all are having, excuse me for the hiccup. I hope that you all are having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. And here we are again, y'all. Let me tell you something. I am starting to really understand more and more so one of my purposes here on YouTube, shall I say. The amount of ignorance that is permeating from a lot of heterosexual people is overwhelming. You have the majority trying to tell you about your experience as if though they are with you 24/7, 365. It's very interesting to me. It's very baffling to me. Okay? And again, if we're going to play that game, don't get mad because the oppressed people know how to play that game even more because they know what oppression feels like. Me as a queer man, I'm trying to have a conversation or to spark true, genuine change fruitful and life-giving conversations that include everybody. But in order for us to get to that point, we all, and I mean all of us across the board, have to work on self-love so that we can become more open-minded to at least understand the other side. Because again, it's straight people that are ignorant. Okay, what's up, extra smoke dragon? I got my ice cream cake. I just smoked that before the live. Okay, I got a sativa going on, so I'm about to really be in my head right now and in the spirit right now. Whatever spirit you think that is, that's on you. I know what it is for me. But come on, slapjacks, slapjacks. All right. Now, I've heard of this individual by the name of the Amazing Lucas, who you can see here on the screen. I've seen a few of his videos before in the past, but I saw one recently about his explanation on trans people, and I'd be trying to give heterosexual people the benefit of the doubt to listen. The individuals who are oppressed, who are factually, historically oppressed, when they are the ones that sit there who have to and bite their tongue, and they still, through long suffering, through patience, which is one thing a lot of men don't have, okay, to sit here and to try to educate people who are asking questions and that are curious about their life. But when they give them the answers, it's kind of like, okay, are you guys asking, what's the word I'm looking for? Damn, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Rhetorical questions? Are y'all asking questions when y'all already know the answer to see if our answer matches up with your answer? And that's why I stress the word ignorant. Let's define what ignorant means, actually. Let's do that. Hold on one second. Matter of fact, define ignorant.
Ignorant means lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but I'm going to read it again. Ignorant is defined, and it's an adjective, okay? It's defined as lacking knowledge or awareness in general, okay? Uneducated or unsophisticated. The other ones are lacking knowledge, information, or awareness about a particular thing, discourteous or rude, angry or quick-tempered. So I think through all of those expressions of what ignorance is, I think that happens across the board. You do have some queer people who are ignorant and who are very quick-tempered, but when you look at it, you can understand why. They're living in a world where people do not understand them, and they're willing not to understand them. But in reference to the Amazing Lucas, I don't know him as an individual or a person, so I'm not going to attack the person. I am going to attack the mindset of the person. I am going to attack the thought processes of the person. I'm also going to attack the fear and the ego that the person is operating with. And I need for these people to be completely aware that their ignorant commentary actually affects the lives of LGBTQ plus people. The people who hate you haven't even read the Bible, and most importantly, they haven't even read the scriptures about Christ, which is the most important character in the book. That is the character that gives you access or teaches you how to access God. All the other books in that and all the other stories and allegories or whatever in that book were about other people's experiences with the divine, other people's experiences with the supernatural. When Christ came into the narrative, it was to teach you how to have your own experience. Because people don't know God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it. Again, it's the same thing for me. They don't really know it until they have nothing left. And they have no choice but to acknowledge it. Not realizing that God, source, universe acknowledged you and affirmed you all the time. It was just we had to get to that awareness. And again, I be thinking individuals like the amazing Lucas, Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, okay, Amir Odom, Ron Vugada, Lance Scurv, Beatrice Noel. I would have thought that all of these people would come forth with some sort of information that would make complete sense objectively. Because all queer people are doing, all oppressed people are doing, are including. That's it. They're not taking away. So we're going to listen to the ignorant viewpoints and perspectives of the amazing Lucas. And before we do that, what's up, Queen Amber? What's going on? Nobody needs permission to exist. Love, respect, and acceptance are universal. Exactly. Exactly. Y'all, Carly Russell, oh Lord, and they gonna get her ass. That's the thing. I don't give a damn who you is. If you out here lying, if you out here pretending, if you out here fake pumping, fake stomping, fake flexing and shit like that, the universe will expose you. That's why it's better to just love yourself, heal from your traumas, heal from your triggers, heal from the shit that no longer serves you, so you can go out into the world and be your damn self. Because whatever lie you got going on, baby, it will be exposed. And people not ready for that. But before we get into this commentary, boom. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Okay, fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay. Oh shit, we got Scotty in the building. What's up, Scotty? What's going on? Hope all is well. Scotty's almost at 50K subscribers, y'all. Shout out to Scotty. We love everybody. We want everybody to win over here. Ain't no hateration, holleration in this leprechaun dancery. All right. I don't know about anybody else, but I appreciate everybody. So with that being said, let's get into the amazing Lucas. Okay, explain to us, explain to queer people and for him to get on his soapbox and to let us understand how transgenderism to him makes no sense. And of course, sir, you're ignorant. Of course. It would never make sense to ignorant people.
No sense. This makes no sense. Oh my goodness. So let me just say this. We as a country have been pretty tolerant when it comes to the alphabet. Not the best, but surely not the worst, all right? We've been fairly tolerant, but it has come to the point where enough is enough.
Now, let me put my fair use stuff on here. Okay. And I give him, the amazing Lucas, or anybody over there in his camp, or his subscribers or supporters, I give them the permission to use my commentary, any of my commentary, to build up their case about why they believe that LGBT people should go back into the closet. Again, if we're going to have that great debate, then let's have the great debate. But listen to how he started off with the conversation. What's up, Queen Spicy? What's going on? Let's speak about how he started off the video. We've been tolerant of queer people. We haven't been loving. We haven't been accepting. We haven't been open-minded. We haven't been willing to educate ourselves. We haven't really been willing to face our own fears that we create in our own damn head about y'all. We're not actually testing it to even see if the fear is true. No, we're just tolerating you, which means that y'all, we gonna let y'all live, but don't live too freely, bitch. We gonna let y'all be, but don't be too freely. We gonna let y'all thrive, but don't thrive too freely. Or like Lance Scurv says, do what you do behind closed doors. But that's the thing. All the stuff that these people be speaking about, they be speaking about things that are not happening behind closed doors, such as wearing a dress, such as existing, such as speaking about their existence, such as holding their partner's hand, such as kissing their partner in public, such as just being there. That's the problem and the issue. And then, because of y'all murky lens and viewpoint and perspective and indoctrination through organized religion, y'all are taught to look at queer people through this muddy ass lens to where, I don't know, maybe in y'all head, y'all see gay men having sex in that place that you see them at. Maybe in your mind, you automatically go to the whole sexual penetrating act of gay men. I don't know if that is what y'all go to. And if that's what y'all go to when that's not even the case that's happening, that says something about y'all. Is there some sort of homoerotic shit going on pent up inside of y'all? So it's interesting how he started off with, so basically, again, like he said, we're tolerating y'all, which means that, okay, we're going to be cool with y'all, but y'all better not fuck up. It's kind of like y'all mad and y'all wait for queer people to fuck up so y'all can have a reason to be overtly queer-phobic. Wow. But let's continue. Go ahead, Lucas. What was you saying now?
Because y'all have taken that tolerance and just ran with it, okay? And you are running at the speed of light, all right? You are giving Flash a run for his money. That's how fast that you guys have been running with this tolerance. Because I'm sick and tired of seeing these articles, and for some reason, they keep on popping up more frequently, where they keep saying, you guys know the articles I'm talking about, where it's saying, trans man gets pregnant, trans man actually
he putting up article
gets pregnant,
pictures.
trans man magically gets pregnant, stuff like that. Just absolute, utter drivel. And this last article that I saw really it was just too much for me, bro. My brain just shut down and had to reboot.
Right.
Because it was a trans man gets pregnant and then feels discriminated by the LGBT. I'm like, trans man gets pregnant and then feels discriminated by the alphabet? How does that make sense? And then I looked at the couple. I'm like, who's the trans man and who's the trans woman? Because, bruh, you had this individual and the man looked like a woman, but then there are certain pictures where he looked like a man, and I don't know what was going on. And you start...
Okay. And like I said before, I have to remind myself that I'm somewhat of a teacher now when it comes to educating people. So to me, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I'm realizing that I'm coming across people that are new to me, and they keep saying the same shit, so I kind of have to be repetitious. But here's the thing. Trans people at large, because there might be some who, I don't know, it's them. I don't know. I'm speaking ignorantly about this. Even though I've had conversations with trans people, I've listened to commentary from trans people, I'm still not a trans person, so I'm speaking ignorantly. But because I'm more educated than this individual, trans people at large understand and accept the fact that they were born the gender, they were born the sex they were born. Trans women understand that they were born biologically male, according to the scientific and the Western culture, just how we look at things, okay? Trans men know that they were born biologically female. They are now transitioning in reference to the social construct of what a man and a woman is, because once again, male and female is the gender. Man and woman is the social construct of what we believe about that gender, and you actually have cisgendered women and cisgendered men who also do not fit into those rigid points of what y'all want to identify as what a man and woman is. A trans man being pregnant, yes, they're trans. They understand they trans. The way that they're showing up in the world is the social construct, but they can still get pregnant. The same thing with trans women. If they decide to not go through as far as sexual reassignment surgery, and again, that's their journey and their experience. It has nothing, it's not mine. That can still get someone pregnant. But because y'all are so caught up on the basics of everything, I look at it like school. There are some people who are cool in kindergarten. There are some people who are cool in the first, second, third grade, and that's fine. But there are those who do ascend and that grow and that become better. No shade. If that's the level you want to be on, go ahead and stay on that level. That's your prerogative. But don't be trying to drag down other people because you want to be ignorant. What's up, Deshaun? What's going on? Okay. But again, he has a right. You know, he looking like one of the lost Hodge twin brothers, the youngest one. That's cool. That's fine. No shade. But trans people know this. This is the trans experience. Queer, and there are people in the LGBT community who are ignorant on trans experiences as well. Even me as a same gender loving man, I still need to educate myself about the other acronyms within the community because I care about the community. I don't know everything. Y'all be thinking because we all together that we just know everybody's stuff. No, there's just like how the black community has discourse going on within it, just like the queer community has discourse going on within it, just like how the women's community has things going through it. It's a lot of communities having things going on internally. But again, it's about the education. And if y'all want to get up here on y'all platforms and speak with y'all chest out, like y'all know what y'all talking about on a public platform, y'all cannot feel no type of way when that is challenged. And my short leprechaun, same gender look, loving fine black ass is going to sit here and continue to strengthen, even more unfortunately, the concrete burden of proof that queer people have in reference to the treatment from heterosexual people at large. Because queer people are simply responding to y'all bullshit, and y'all are responding to our response. And y'all's response are showing us that y'all not even listening to us when we are the ones that definitely know what's going on, because we the ones living the experience.
To think about how white culture, because that's what this type of lifestyle is not prevalent in the black community, in black culture, in African culture, in any culture regarding black people. I know a lot of white people get upset when I say that, but those are just the facts.
That's because white people, no shade, have freedom, girl. They are on top of the food chain, girl, no shade. That's what it is. They're the ones that's creating this. It really ain't them. It's a group of people, no shade, but white people have the ability to be free without any judgment. You have heterosexual white men that can dye their hair green, dye their hair blue, wear slim fit outfits, have a man bun, okay, can wear flooded pants and shit. They can do things that in the black community they would be deemed as queer or gay or something wrong with that nigga gay, and they don't have to worry about that. Women would still want them. They still have marriages. They still have relationships. They have more freedom. So, of course, white people are going to be able to have more freedom to do what the hell they want to do. And if homosexuality was such a virus that was going on, and it was so powerful that it completely evaporates any community that comes into contact with it, why is the white community still in positions of power if that homosexual shit going on? Wouldn't they be completely depleted right now. And yes, it's happening in the black community. It's happening in all communities. It's just that there are people who do it behind closed doors. Baby, the level of ignorance and y'all talking about pride. See, this is the pride that Christ was talking about as far as challenging. People who ignorantly speak pridefully. People who are so ignorant and they prideful about their ignorance and they speak it like they know what's going on. That's the pride that is evil. That is the pride that is destructive. That is the pride that leads people away from the truth. When people can openly tease or be entertained by transgender, they didn't fear them. We enjoyed movies like Tootsie, Tu Wong Fu, Miss Doubtfire, and so many more, including Tyler Perry franchise. Yes, because in that sense, it was something to laugh at. We don't have no problem with the queer people as long as they entertain us. Just like with black people, we ain't got no problem with black people as long as they shooking and jiving and tap dancing and yes sir and mouses. As long as they doing that. When Martin was dressing up as Shanae, we was laughing. When Jamie Foxx dressed up as Wanda, we was laughing. When, I forgot, one of the Wayans brothers and something Greer, I forgot his name, when they were doing men on films and shit, we was laughing. It's okay when we laughing and we can benefit from it. It's completely different when queer people try to act, when you doing that in real life. Because Martin was able to take the wig and the makeup and the dress off because he was acting. Jamie Foxx was able to take the wig off and the makeup off and the dress off because he was acting. The Wayans brother, and I think his name is David Greer, were able to take the wig off, the makeup off, the clothes off because they were acting. It's completely different when there are people in the world when that's a part of their identity. And on top of that, even when they were making fun, even when they were talking about queer people, it was always the effeminate one, and they were making fun of them, seeing them as weak or lesser than. So now that queer people are literally controlling their own narratives, and the people who once had control over that narrative don't have it anymore, and they see how weak-minded and weak-willed they are because they needed the oppressed people to stand upon. Now that we see that that's happening, people feel some type of way. I have never seen so many men, especially black men, feel so insecure in my life. And y'all the leaders, and y'all the ones that want to be the head of the household, and y'all the ones that are looking at things objectively, and y'all the ones that are not emotional. What? What's up, boy Crazy? It's not far how they put dudes in women's clothes and they laugh, but when drags do it, oh my God, they're going after the kids or the weak. Because again, it's okay when we make fun of it. It's okay when it's not true. It's okay when it's not real. It's when it becomes true. It's when oh, you gay for real. It's when you with that gay shit for real that it becomes an issue and a problem. Eddie Murphy Raw and Delirious are unwatchable for me now as a straight male with the belief in it. All right, y'all, let's continue.
It's your culture, not ours, all right? You may have people who may assimilate into this culture because you have people try to put up RuPaul and what's the other person? I forgot the names. But one thing you have to understand is just because I may wear a kilt doesn't make me Scottish, okay?
But it also doesn't make you gay either. Because if a nigga was to walk around in a damn kilt today in the hood, oh, that nigga gay. They ain't gonna worry about nobody being Scottish. They gonna see that as gay. We're in the West here. It's to the point to where you have grown-ass, heterosexual, cisgendered men who don't even wipe their ass at all because that's gay. What? Wow.
That's not how that works. The same way, just because you may have these individuals, these black individuals, who are engaging in this lifestyle,
Wow.
that does not mean that the group or the community or the culture promotes, endorses, or supports that lifestyle.
Wow.
That is what white culture has tried to dominate and try to force black culture in doing. Now, when it comes to
Wow.
this country,
Interesting.
this is another thing. Because when it came to the alphabet, people would say, hey, I'm gay, that's just born that way, right?
Right.
Now, there was no scientific data to suggest that or to thoroughly bolster that belief, but America just took it,
But there's also no evidence to support that what y'all believe is true either. And I can only speak for me and my experience. Because apparently to a lot of these other people, and we heard Candace Owens yesterday, apparently a lot of queer people have been sexually abused. So I guess that is a contributing factor. But as an individual who has never had those experiences, again, I remember from a young age, it was never taught to me. I didn't see something on TV and like, oh, that was me. I just remembered that I thought that the same sex was cute. I thought that boys were cute. Because at that time, I was a boy. It was when I learned of how the world viewed people who thought the way that I did or felt the way that I did, is when the whole repressive and suppressive shit happened. So, and I have to keep reminding myself, these people are ignorant. So of course they're going to say the most craziest, outlandish shit ever. And I get it. They're speaking from their perspective of where they are now. And that's okay. That's why I want people to be honest. That's why I'm not attacking, the amazing Lucas, even though these people are going to feel attacked because I'm talking about their viewpoint. And we live in a social media world that, especially when you have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, baby, your ego is inflamed too. Your ego is puffed up too. So you don't want to look like no punk, especially since you straight and you getting checked by a gay nigga. Who wants to be talked about in the locker room about that? But y'all mindset and y'all perspectives about queer people is cringy as hell, because queer people are literally proving y'all wrong. Because our existence does not take away from your actual existence. Trans people existing does not mean that women now are waking up with their wombs missing from them mysteriously and they're now imported and imprinted and implanted into a trans person. Y'all are not losing money out of y'all bank. I mean, are y'all? Y'all help the queer people understand. Does the Comcast bill get higher than before? Do a couple $100 be missing from y'all bank accounts because a trans person decided, okay, I want to live my life? Where is the lack or the loss from these people's experiences affecting you personally? How is that? And even when I did my old YouTube channel and I kind of was doing commentary like this, it wasn't on this level. It was a lot more docile and calm. Now I'm a leprechaun. Now it's on some other shit. But at that time, I kept asking this question: how are queer people's existence affecting your life personally? And I never got a response. I always got, oh, that's just my opinion. Okay, well, your opinion, no shade, is full of shit. Your opinion, no shade, has no substance, has no strong foundation to stand on. To where y'all are the ones that be over there feeling some type of way because queer people are living their best life, girl. What's the problem? Especially since you're so secure in who you are, right? You know who you are, right? You 10 toes down on who you is, right? But again, we're seeing who's secure and who's not. And if y'all pressed about trans people existing and living their life, that says something about you. And the gay is going to talk about it. Or according to him, the bussy sphere And I gotta find out where that's at, cause I love pussy. Amen. But the pussy sphere, girl, they gonna come. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Cause again, this is on a public platform, so we gonna talk.
Just took it as fact, okay? We're like, all right, you're born that way, fine. Then it came down to the trans situation. Right. People are like, hey, I was born this way, but I feel a different way, okay? And I suffer from gender dysphoria, and the only way to alleviate this dysphoria is for me to do this. And there was some pushback, but eventually people were like, all right, fine. That's it. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. That's what you want to do. By all means, you're an adult. Do what you want to do. It is what it is. Now it's come to the point where we are saying that men can have periods.
So y'all say, hey, we cool with it, live your life. I don't agree. But I mean, go ahead, do you. That's fine. Go ahead, do you, live your life, do what you do. And then when they actually do that and you see it, now they've gone too far. But y'all the ones that said y'all was cool with me living my life. Y'all the one that said that y'all ain't got no problem, that y'all not queer-phobic, that you're not transphobic, that you're not homophobic, that you just, look, I'm too busy getting all this vagina. I'm so proud of y'all being gay and want to change shit because that means more pussy for me. So, I mean, thank you. I feel like I should sponsor y'all or something. Because now I can have my whole polygamous type of situation that I really damn want, low-key. Because what's better than one vagina? Two, right? Or more. But then when trans people get recognition, when there are people who want to highlight trans existence and experiences and queer people's existence and experiences, because once again, we've only seen y'all make fun of queer people historically. That's the only time queer people were able to shine. And even when there were queer people during the 60s and 70s who were believing the whole land skirt ideology of, oh, do it behind closed doors. Don't do it out in public. Where you had individuals who contributed to the advancement of black people, just like Bayard Rustin. You didn't see his ass holding motherfuckers' hands and shit at that time. Individuals like Langston Hughes. And who else? James Baldwin. All these individuals who contributed to the advancement of black people, but were also queer. How that the majority were grateful for what they've done because you contributed to me, but I'm also going to sweep you away and sweep you under the rug to where people ain't gonna really know about your achievements or contributions in history unless they really search for it. And just like in the black church, again, black queer people are pimped of their gifts, of their talents, of their time, of their money, and told to come into this place and set the atmosphere for me so we can get as much money from these people as we can. But I want you to leave your humanity, again, the one thing that Christ wants, out there. And since y'all are men and y'all are stoic and y'all are not emotional and y'all have a capacity to look at things objectively, the universe is about to really test y'all and see if that's the case. Y'all say y'all not emotional, we gonna see how non-emotional a lot of y'all are. And baby, no shade, men, especially black men, are the most emotional. You know why? Because they don't have the opportunity to express their emotions. And the only time that that type of emotion is expressed and honored is when it's low vibrational or barbaric. And then when men want to be open and want to be more emotionally aware, they can't even go around their own friends and shit and connect with other people without them talking about them and making fun of them. Because you a man and men don't cry. Yes, men don't cry. They will shoot your ass 10 times. If they would have cried, they probably wouldn't have been in that situation to shoot a motherfucker 10 times. girl Spicy said, child, said two cats, child, guys like that can't barely satisfy one person. No need disappointing too. Hey. Extra Smoke Sag said, Sag, I'm sorry, I'm high, I'm talking. Extra Smoke Dragon said the Bible Belt is the largest consumers of gay porn. Of course, because what you resist will always persist. Always. That's going to be the case. Of course. Those are motherfuckers doing it behind closed doors. You see what's happening? That's why it just pays to look. Living in your truth and living in a lie is going to come with its own set of consequences. At this motherfucking point, it's about which consequences are the ones that I can live with. Because even me being a openly same gender loving man in the social climate that is growing in America, there's a possibility that I could end up being involved in a hate crime or have my life taken from me because I'm openly speaking against the ignorance against queer people. And again, when we look over in Uganda and Africa, look what's happening over there. They are completely eradicating queer existences to where there can't even be no queer media, nothing fruitful and life-giving. They have already subscribed to the fact that they believe through this white evangelical faith that is anti-gay. Because if you're talking about whiteness, white supremacy is anti-gay. It's anti anything that's deemed as what they consider weak. To where now they have black people killing other black people under the grounds of sexual orientation or gender expression, and they're even ignorant on what that looks like. The bill is so broad and people don't give a fuck anyway. I would be a fool to believe that that type of shit can't happen here. Because at this point, I believe anything is possible. And we live in such a fear-based society now to where y'all gonna manifest hell. Y'all gonna manifest revelations. Y'all gonna manifest all that dark night of the soul type of shit, and we all collectively is gonna have to deal with the shit. Because people are ignorant and don't want to learn to love people, but then have the nerve to want to be accepted, to want to be loved, to want to be affirmed. Denying other people their own human existence and experience while promoting yours. Like, girl, how about, again, find a way, fuck tolerating. We have to find a way to learn to like living together because we're here. We are all on this rock together. And I don't give a fuck. A wise mystic said, and we're going to go forward with the live. In context to black people and queerness, because I'm a black person, and I will speak about that. You can go to Africa. You can use every goddamn witch, doctor, soothsayer, anything, or whatever the case may be, to find every single queer existence, media, information, knowledge. You can find all that shit and completely destroy it. Destroy queer people, destroy the queer existence, any history of it. You can do all of that and then find a way to dig deep, okay, near the equator and get the strongest vibranium and build the biggest fucking Wakanda vibranium shield over Africa. I guarantee you queer people will still be born despite all that. You know why? Because this is the planet of lessons. And right now, God's source universe is trying to get us to learn how to love queer people or to love people that we don't understand. Because once we start doing that, we have to start looking at ourselves. And who wants to look at themselves? Who wants to put themselves in the mirror? Who wants to be the one with the spotlights on them? And queer people have had that. Oppressed people have felt that experience. And guess what? Some of us have actually healed from those experiences and ascended. Now it's your turn. And it's not personal, baby. This is part of humanity. There will always be a day where things will come to an end. There will come a time where the last shall be first and the first shall be last, baby. Isn't that what it says in y'all book? But y'all was taught that only a certain group of people No, girl, this is an exchanging of power, which is why I'm operating in self-love, because I know that I'm going to manifest some bullshit in my life that I'm banking is going to be revolutionary and help influence change in this world. But just like so many other people who come into positions of power, they let power corrupt them. And there are some people who do obtain power who do it in a rightful way, in a justifiable way, in an equal way. So for all these people who have power, who have influence, all this type of stuff, hell yeah, we gonna challenge y'all. Y'all ain't got no problem challenging us. So at this point, let the great debate begin. And let's do it for real this time. Because black men, a lot of y'all also have a burden of proof too. Y'all say y'all stoic and not emotional. We gonna see what that looks like. Even though historically we've seen what that looks like. You may not be emotional in reference to how you verbally express yourself. You may not be emotional to really communicate effectively what's on your mind. But you don't have a problem being emotional when it comes to doing shit like this. Y'all have no problem when it comes down to Hulk smash, destroy everything. I don't give a fuck. Y'all have no problem with that. And that is the emotion that y'all honor. See, this whole situation is so damn deep, and I understand that a lot of people, unfortunately, at this time, are not going to have the mental and emotional capacity and awareness to delve deeper into that. But I'm grateful for those who do, and those are the individuals I want to attract into my life through conversations and connections, because those are the individuals that can help generate the truth, the objective truth for everybody, and then we can go back and share it with other people, because this system is oppressing all of us. This system is fucking all of us up. We all own this goddamn emotional roller. We own that shit, all of us. So we have to start thinking differently. And again, when you do your research, we are once again, in my opinion, back in the era of the 60s and the 70s, where black consciousness was growing and becoming better and was starting to have agency over its narrative. When women's rights started to grow, they had control of their own narrative. Queer, all these things happen, and look how each one of them was dismantled, and we see it happening again. The only way this shit gonna change is that we are gonna have to do something different. So as long as I am breathing, and as long as I have weed, okay, in my possession, I'm going to spark the hell up, okay? I'm going to inhale, hold that shit real quick, blow that shit out a few times, and my short leprechaun ass is going to have the David and Goliath conversations. Because when the shit hits the fan, and we all got to tap into humanity now, and now all of a sudden motherfuckers can drop their ideologies and their beliefs, and now we can see. Now we on some Michael Jackson, it's black, it's white. Now we on some kumbaya, I love everybody, oh peace, oh God love. Once that happens, I'm going to be like T.S. Madison. I'm going to be in my damn bomb shelter with my remaining weed of whatever I have left, girl, because shit's about to really get fucked up. And I'm going to go on YouTube, girl. I'm going to smoke hella weed, bitch. And I'm going to cuss all of y'all out. When the Castlevania apocalypse pops the hell off, when we have the opportunity right now to prepare ourselves collectively, because we all about to figure out what the fuck community look like. I'm getting too deep, y'all. I'm getting too deep. And we gonna have those conversations, girl. We gonna have deep conversations. No shade. That's what I'm here for. Okay, Lucas, continue to tell us how transgenderism makes no sense.
It has now come to the point we're now saying that men can get pregnant. Bruh.
Trans men. There is a spectrum of men now. Y'all were taught that men look like this, act like this, whoop-de-whoop like this. And we're learning that's not the case. And how is their existence of manhood taken away from yours? Did the dick shrink? Did the testicles get smaller? Do you now have a uterus? Are you y'all acting as if though these individuals are sitting here like, I forgot the lead witch from Hocus Pocus. Y'all acting like these trans men are literally grabbing all cis hetero men, taking them into dark ass basements and performing rituals to where they're literally sucking the male essence out of y'all. And then y'all waking up with a slit in between y'all legs. Girl, what? Okay.
What is wrong with y'all? That doesn't make any sense, because what you guys even tried to establish was that sex and gender was different, right? That you could have been born a woman but identify as a man. That was the whole concept behind the...
You could be born a female and identify as a man. You could be born female and identify as... Yes, a man. You can be born as a female, identify as a man. You can be born male and identify as a woman. Again, the social construct of what that is. And again, how is that really affecting you? And the reason why y'all bring up kids and all this other type of stuff, or use kids as an argument, is because it's okay for you to, again, tolerate it when it's over there. But if it shows up in your close proximity, oh my God, that gay shit is getting on to me, it's contagious and all this type of shit. Not knowing that energetically and spiritually, because you fear it, the universe is saying, oh, okay, well, I know how to test your ass. Now I know how to set your whole test up. Because if that's the case, I would think that it would be nothing but just trans men and trans women up here just talking about, oh my God, these men. And it's really y'all up here upset and mad. Wow.
whole gender and gender dysphoria and trans and all that, right? So if that's the case, how on God's green earth can you then say trans men are men? That doesn't add up. You then can't say trans women are women. Because if you try to be like me, a man, and that's what you're attempting to be, a man, that's what a trans woman is attempting to be, a man. She's trying to be me, an original man, biological,
I hope she's not trying to be you in particular. No, Shay.
100% man. That's what you're trying to transition as, and that's what you're trying to emulate. You'll never be a man because you weren't born that way. But you can adopt certain masculine tendencies, behaviors, traits, facial features, and all that comes with it.
Wow.
You can adopt that and try to emulate that, but you're not.
I can understand now, no shade, and this ain't towards him, but this is just the ideology. I can understand now because I just saw a commercial recently that there are men who are 30 years old now that gotta take motherfucking Hims, pills and shit because they dick be limp. And normally limp dick stuff usually happens when you up in age. So now that's in your 30s, in the prime of your life, and your dick is turning against you like this. I can understand. Is it because the trans men be looking fine as hell? Is it because the trans men be out and they be all type of women, lesbian, all type of women looking at men and be like, damn. Is that the case? Is that the case that now The trans men is out here and their bodies is looking absolutely amazing. Is it because you worked out and put in the time, effort, and energy to do this, and they quote unquote needed help to get to where they're at? And if anything, y'all should be like, wow, I'm flattered that you would want to do that. And see, y'all don't really have problem with trans men. Just like how y'all don't have a problem with lesbian women and even sometimes masculine lesbian women, because again, you want to be a man, and we live in a patriarchal society where men have power. You have the fact that you are born with a dick, you are born with power. So a lot of times, I don't know if these men be like, why would you want to give up your power? Why would you want to give up your power? Because baby, pussy power is here. There is such a toxic masculinity that is happening that y'all are literally manifesting the feminine part, which is going to help bring balance. And now y'all feel some type of way about it. But again, y'all are the ones that are not emotional. Y'all are the ones that are stoic, and I'm the one that, I don't make any irrational decisions. I'm very clear-headed. I'm very just level-minded. I just see things in the future. I'm just so Meanwhile, when we look at the track record of men leading, look at all the wars we've been in. Look at all the death and destruction that has happened. And when men want compassion, when men want love, where do they go running to? They ain't running to their bros, unless they are. I don't know. It'll be bros over hoes is real. I don't know. I don't know about that life. I low-key want to see it a little bit because I've never manifested anything masculine. It'd be a different experience. But y'all be singing like y'all the damn Jones girls. As I sit here contemplating on the right thing to decide. Who can you run to when you need love? You run into the feminine thing. So even y'all have to submit to femininity. And then a lot of men even try to conquer the feminine aspect by taking bitches to Pound Town. It's a shame. Not really, it's a shame, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a shame that the universe are going to use gay men to help a lot of cis hetero men tap into their divine masculinity. It did say that God works in mysterious ways, girl, so you can't be mad when the mysterious ways happen. He's trying to help you. Spicy says, I agree. I think they feel threatened by trans men. That's what I'm feeling. It's gotten bad that if the father thinks that his son is gay, there's deadly consequences. It's coming back. Yeah. Because again, you represent me. I've shared my story about growing up as a queer child, and when my father saw objectively or the ideology of his son being gay actually manifested, baby, he lost it. That was a point to where I didn't really have a good relationship with my father, because it was like, how can I have a good relationship with you if I can't even share with you what's going on, and you're my parent? You're supposed to be the one to love me unconditionally. Now, I'm grateful that he was able to grow from that experience and become so much better, and to become a better man. Or better yet, a better human being, shall I say. That's why I be spending my sweet time, since I'm gay, sweet ass time, educating these individuals. Because it's the same logic and rhetoric that affected the lives of queer people like me growing up. And it shows that y'all don't care. Okay, then, well, we gonna call y'all motherfuckers out then. So that the next generation does not have to deal with this bullshit. So that from 20-something years from now, 30-something years from now, it don't have to be somebody who was born a baby and they're now 30 years old having to be on YouTube to once again continue to educate people. The Walking Dead effect is real. Yes, it is. Let me tell you something. That whole Walking Dead shit and all this stuff, There is something going on to where they want you to be mentally dead. They don't want you to think for yourself. They want you to be completely catatonic. They want you to be completely in a different type of state to where you can be controlled, to where you are going to be so immersed in fear that you'll be willing to simply give your power over. They ain't even got to work hard. You're just going to give it over. To where we're literally going to we're going to literally participate in our own demise. That's how we manifest it, because we're unconsciously participating in it, which is why I spend my time with my small ass YouTube. I'm already short, so everything going to be short except this dick and bank account. Praise the Lord. All right. And creative energy. Praise the Lord. But everything else physically short. I don't mind spending time trying to help dilute the fear. My commentary is meant to relinquish the fear. But now I'm seeing that there are people who want to hold so rigidly to that fear, because once they let go of that fear, now they have to start looking at themselves. And like I said, baby, people don't want to look at themselves. It's so much easier to point the finger at somebody else as opposed to us. I talk about self-love. I expose myself on my YouTube channel. And I know that as I grow in my notoriety and awareness, that the universe going to test me in front of thousands of people. I'm not exempt, but I'm learning how to love myself so I can help change the narrative of how you are in control of your shit. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and some of y'all can probably learn how to strengthen your neck if you learn how to suck some. Okay, let me stop. I'm way more isolated than before the pandemic. Same here, no shade. I'm in my cocoon phase because 2020 reminded me that there is so much self-love work that I need to work on. And like I said, I spent the majority of my 20s trying to be distracted through romantic relationships, because if I had someone outside of me love me, then maybe I could learn to love me and manifest my dreams. And the universe said, no, bitch, you have to go through that yourself. You have to find your own power. And I'm in a place where I'm finding my power. I'm manifesting opportunities to apply it. It may be on a smaller scale, but God damn it, at least we getting something started here. And I'm glad that I'm learning on the way up, so that when my omega shit come in, I can not only just be grateful for it, but also maintain it and strengthen it. Because I'm going to live my best life. I've already decreed and declared. Even if I die tomorrow, I don't give a damn. I'm still going to believe that I'm living my best life, because it's my life. When I die, Luke is not going to be standing there next to me, if we're using the whole analogy of heaven and stuff and going before the judge. Lucas ain't gonna stand there next to me talking about God. I told him God. No, whatever happens, I have to deal with it. But I have faith. And that's what's scary for a lot of people. When I can believe what I believe so much and you don't believe it, you can end up attacking me, and it shows how you lack in your own faith. That's the thing. That's why I be saying a lot of times when it comes down to Christianity at large, Jesus is just a mascot. He's the man outside with the Bible and the cross spinning around in a circle, inviting people into the building. When even he said that he don't even dwell in temples made by man. Okay, girl. We need to have an honest talk about beef function. Blood pressure is key. Yeah. It's a lot of things we need to learn. It's a lot of holistic. We need to get back to nature as far as loving ourselves, because we are a part of nature. We are a part of that experience. We have to affirm ourselves. And there are many ways, through our health, through our diet. It's a lot of things, like a lot. That's exactly it. They don't like women, and they feel, how could someone born male ever want to be a woman until it's time to fuck? Because I'm going to do a live too. I got a friend of mine who have had a lot of sexual experiences, or people coming at him and making advances, even to the point to where these niggas was kind of like on some the Me Too movement type shit. Like they didn't know what no mean. They kept going. Who identified as straight. We're going to talk about men having sex with other men and still being identified as straight, because, again, there are heterosexual men that will have sex with gay men. Because the gay men, They are attracted to men physically, mentally, emotionally, all these things. The heterosexual man is attracted to the gay man in a lustful way and in a way that I get to conquer you. Like I said, and I'm going to have to bring that live up eventually. That video up from the Renegade cut when he was giving again his film essay about Conan the Barbarian. That men, the only way that a man can be a man is if he dominates and conquers. If he conquers other people. And whatever way that conquering looks like, it don't matter as long as you conquer them. Baby, femininity is about to come into the room, girl. Because femininity asks y'all to clean the dishes and shit before she got home after she worked the shift to help take care of y'all. Because as much as y'all talk about women and black women are the only ones that are raising the children. They're the only ones that's still holding on to their partner. Are there some black women who are not good as parents? Of course, they be hurt, let shit happen. But for the most part, there's a lot of men out here right now who give honor and homage to their damn mama because their mama was there while their father was out there doing what the hell he wanted to do. And then y'all get mad when it's time for men to be accountable. But because you're not emotional, you deal with it like a little child. To where now it's time to go into temper tantrum, 3-year-old, mind, destroy shit. That's why I be saying it's equality across the board. Because that ain't gonna be there's no group of people that's gonna be able to sit this shit out like, oh girl, I'm exempt, girl. This is not Hell's Kitchen and we won the challenge and I'm about to go fly on a damn plane somewhere while y'all do shit. No. The universe about to come in, girl, on all of us, bitch, like it's the night that celebrity Michael Jackson has come into. He done came back from the dead and came to Hell's Kitchen, bitch, to sit in the kitchen. Who gonna fuck up Michael Jackson's order, bitch? It could either be the blue team or the red team, but regardless, they both on the motherfucking thing, bitch. Who gonna put in the work and who not? Then one thing that I hate is when they talk about you will never be a woman because you can't get pregnant and you can't give birth. Let's not confuse the ability to conceive and carry with how a woman ought to be. But again, that's how men see it because, again, they have this idealistic viewpoint of women. They don't even want to allow women to self-actualize and to be. Y'all talk so much about women, but women are the ones that bring y'all niggas into the world. Ain't that what y'all say to gay people all the time? If it wasn't for a woman, you wouldn't be here. Oh, we understand that. I'm just able to tell the truth. Unlike a lot of heterosexual men, I'm willing to tell her ass the truth that I came from the coochie. I don't want to go back in it. At least I told her the truth. Now, can y'all do the same thing? Women are more than just cooking and cleaning and washing everything. Women are also human beings. And they also, according to y'all story, came from Adam. So whatever powers that Adam has, she has it too. It was just another form of what that looks like. But again, when you're ignorant, like I said, it's not fair on how straight people hijack gay people's clothes and borrow what they wear and talk about the gays not come on, give them their props. They're not. We already know this. We've seen this in history. They don't ever give gay people their props. They don't. And if they do, it's only when it benefits them. And they're even quick with that. Oh, thank you. We appreciate you. And that's it. Keep it moving. But if they were to leave, again, like Bayard Rustin, they were going to try to use Bayard Rustin's sexuality against the civil rights movement and against Martin Luther King to say that, oh, Martin Luther King's gay. And because it was very anti-queer at that time, the committee had no choice but to let Bayard go. And Bayard had to swallow that pill. But even when he walked away, they realized that couldn't nobody do this shit like Bayard. to where they had to bring him back. Cause see, I actually watched. See, and that's why I'm proud of me, because I could literally just get up here and just start reading. It would be so much easier, baby. I probably would have the views. I would probably have the subscribers. I would have all that shit. But I know that really wouldn't solve nothing. And I usually say reading and shit when it's the last resort. But I actually put in the work. I actually just studied to show myself approved, so that when I get on YouTube, I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't get up here and speak ignorantly about things. And if there is a point in my commentary where it's ignorant, I'm willing to at least honor and admit that shit. And the fact that these people who claim to be objective, who claim to be factual, who claim to be statistical, whenever you bring those facts to them, all of a sudden now it's my opinion. So you still want to be able to hold on to the fear-based narrative about my experience, even though I'm literally telling you about my experience. Okay. 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 It's fine. It's not right, but it's okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Well, don't feel no type of way when it's our turn. Like I said, equality across the board, and whatever the fuck that looks like, I'm going to just have to learn how to deal with it. Because I'm not finna dim my light for anybody anymore. If you got the dollar store bulb in your shit that keep going in and out, you might want to fix that shit, or you might want to call your own electrical company and ask them what the hell going on. And you're not finna come over here and plug some shit up and siphon my own shit as far as my energy so that you can have light in your... No. Check your bulb. Gay people even help straight people like women. Well, you know, the G-spot thing. I'm not to use your imagination. Feel good. Even gays be cooking good. Okay? It's a lot of things that queer people add to the experience. But I think the fact that, and that's the thing about oppressed people, no shade, are going to do things a lot better because they're oppressed. They have to work twice as hard in order to survive. When you survive, you start becoming mechanical with certain things to where you start putting in the work. So it seemed like it's a bunch of insecure ass men. Seemed like little dick syndrome, girl, is going around. And even if you got a little dick, find out how to use that motherfucker. If you got a little dick, learn how to eat cat good to where you ain't got to get the dick. They even have extension and toys to help men. Even where you're lacking at, there are people in the world who could have allowed their lack and project that lack onto other people when they instead turned it around and said, bitch, let me go ahead and help other people who going through the same shit I'm going through. They're helping, not harming.
So, in trying to adopt that and trying to form validity behind trans men as men, trans men are men, then one thing that will surely bona fide exclude you from this group of men is you getting pregnant. Okay? That completely eradicates the whole concept of trans men being men. That literally then shows that, hey, you're a woman.
It shows that males, M to the A to the damn LES, cannot get pregnant because males do not have a uterus. But because trans men are showing up in the context of society and what society thinks, they show up as that aesthetically. And on top of that, that's their own experience. They have a right to that experience. You don't get to govern what the fuck another human being does in their own life with their own fucking body. Just like you wouldn't want anybody to force you to do something that you don't want to do. All right then. Ain't nobody forcing y'all to get goddamn tucks. Ain't nobody forcing y'all to get titties. Ain't nobody forcing y'all to learn how to suck dick. Ain't nobody forcing y'all to do that. It is providing information for people because they understand that not everybody is the same. And that's okay. The level of insecurity. It's the insecurity for me. It's the
You're a
ignorance
woman
and the
by
insecurity
sex,
for me.
and now you're a woman by gender, bruh. That's how that works. Because no man can get pregnant. They can't
trans
get
man
pregnant
can.
because they're born a sex as a man.
A trans man got pregnant. Regardless how you feel, a trans man got pregnant.
It doesn't even matter if they wanted to be a woman. Say they're a trans woman. Trans women can't get pregnant. Now, that's a whole argument that they try to use to validate them being women. Because they want to say, hey, well, there's certain women who are biological women who don't have uteruses or who are sterile, right? Or have barren wombs and, they can't get pregnant. So you can't use that argument to try and validate you being a woman and then completely throw it out the window in trying to validate you being a man.
They're talking about how y'all have been conditioned to view men and women because, girl, see, I'm the one that's educated, so it's kind of like, and I did not say I'm not indoctrinated because I make a choice to actually test the things, to face the fear, to study, show myself approved. I don't just believe things blindly. I take the time to actually educate myself. When trans women use the whole thing about, because that's the argument that's used against them, oh, you're not a woman because you can't give birth. And you do have women who judge other women when they're getting old and they don't have children yet. Oh, you're not a real woman. Or the ability that you can't have kids. Oh, now somehow your femininity and your womanhood has now been decreased or less significant because you can't even bring children into the world. And there are women who will throw that in other women's faces. Are you kidding me? What they're saying is that they're not females. Biological females will always have an experience that trans women, as far as the female aspect and what comes with being a female, they will not have. At least not yet. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. Because even if trans women were to have the ability to have children, it's kind of like nothing beats the original, girl. Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing beats the original. If it wasn't for the original, all these other things wouldn't be able to grow from it. Do you still have the first iPhone? Or do you have iPhone 14? Regardless of whatever number it is, it's still an iPhone. It still comes from the same Genesis. So, and on top of that, I understand why women would feel some type of way about. I feel like the only way, in my opinion, and speaking ignorantly, because I'm not a woman and I'm not a female, but just from what I've seen and stuff, so educate me if I'm wrong. But again, women should be flattered that there are trans women that want to emulate the social construct of what it is that they live, to further understand them. It's only when it's time for some dick where I feel like women and trans women clash. Because for a lot of women, especially black women, it's enough they have to compete with other black women. They have to compete with other women who aren't black. They have to compete sometimes with other men, and now they have to compete with trans women. So there's like, damn, when am I gonna ever get my piece of dick? When am I gonna ever get my man? When am I ever gonna get my shit? That's the only way I can feel like there can be an argument or sort of disagreement when it comes to trans women. Because now dick is on the line. But again, like I said, I don't believe that these trans women are taking away from the experiences of females. Like, they're on the spectrum of what a woman is, regardless of whatever their gender is. Doesn't matter. And all of these things that y'all be saying and that y'all, all these fears that y'all have, y'all cannot even communicate effectively. Y'all cannot even provide proof effectively about what y'all fear. And then when you get challenged by the people that you're talking about, all of a sudden it's my opinion. Girl, y'all need to be glad that I am a part of the generation, girl, that is trying to have long suffering. Because these generations that's coming up, girl, they're going to really be about the smoke. Ain't going to be no more talking. Ain't going to be no more talking. Ain't going to be no more education, girl. It's going to be straight up, girl, mirror effects. Give unto others as you want them to do unto you. And y'all not ready for that. Y'all already feel some type of way now when queer people give commentary on y'all stuff. But y'all talking about queer people. So, I mean, if you don't want the queer people to comment on your shit, do like Lance Scurv told my ass. Go create a website and put it on your own shit. I want to believe, and that's the thing with me, I be trying to give these people the benefit of the doubt. Because I believe that the Amazing Lucas does have a call-in on Fridays. I don't know what the comments or topic is, but if he ever does a topic, if he even sees this video, which I doubt it, but if he does see this video and he decides to do that next time as far as him allowing callers to come onto the show, I'm going to find out when, and I'm going to come on the show because I want to talk about this, because I want to believe that the Amazing Lucas wants to learn and wants to better himself, but it's kind of like when you finally get that education and you actually talk to a queer person who is educated, a queer person who does study to show themselves approved, I just want to see if we're going to have a conversation that is productive or if it's going to be a hula hooping mental gymnastics type of stuff. And again, I'm already short. I'm 5'2". I don't mind turning into Jack Jack from The Incredibles and being 4-5 different motherfuckers. I don't mind that. Because I'm also, and I don't like saying this term, and I haven't said it in a long time, but I have to acknowledge it now. I'm also I hate using this word, I really do, but it's just in context, somewhat of a novice or beginner spiritual teacher. And even in my own tutelage, my ego got his ass whooped like Beatrice Kiddo when she was fighting Pai Mei on Kill Bill 2. Almost chopped my damn arm off. But I'm grateful for that experience. I'm grateful for that ego ass whooping training because it helped me to check myself so that I can be the best that I can be. And a lot of times when people are wrong, their ego becomes inflamed. And let's be real, we all do that. We all get to a point to where we don't like being wrong, because when we're wrong, we start thinking about things in the past and how, oh, this made me feel and maybe I'm less significant, as opposed to saying, you know what? Even though I'm heated, even though I feel some type of way, you right. Because even when I was getting my ass whooped, and I mean my ass whooped brutally, talking about my ego, to the point that the person that was doing it was like, bitch, I'm surprised that your ass still called me back. Now, either you like abusive shit. Let me stop. It wasn't no abusive shit, but it was just someone telling you the truth. And when you sit up there and try to argue them down and be smart, and the truth still come out and the truth still on your side, it becomes irritating. But that's how you learn to trust yourself, so that you can do that in your own mind. So if he does that live, I wonder if his ego is going to show up. Because if I give the facts and give the information and the experience, which once again is part of fact, I wonder how it's going to be spun. Is he going to find a loophole or something to kind of still hold on to his viewpoint, or reiterate it again as if though, okay, girl, like, okay, you're saying the same thing? Or will it straight up just be name calling season, girl? Will it straight up be Laugh-A-Palooza? And regardless of whatever fucking time it's on, girl, I'm with all of it, especially when I have my weed with me. That's probably why the universe has my ass stutter and talk so fast, girl, because if I really be saying some of the shit that come across my mind sometimes, baby, I would have to bulletproof this whole house, bitch, and be sitting in a damn closet for real, girl, because motherfuckers will be trying to find me. Okay, let me shut up. Let's finish, y'all. We almost done.
Trying to have your cake and eat it too, and it's illogical. This is now just honestly just mental gymnastics in trying to justify and validate you doing your alternate lifestyle, whatever it is, how you feel, and whatever that entails. So I am this, but I feel this way, but I want to express myself that way.
Right.
But stop bastardizing the English language, okay?
Wow.
We already have enough of that when it comes to white conservatives, all right? With woke. We already have enough of that. You guys have screwed up this country enough for us to now try and say that men can get pregnant, they can get...
So the gays are the reason why 2020 happened? I'm just asking. You said fucking up this country. I feel like 2020 fucked up the country. It fucked up the world, but it fucked up the country. So, I mean, again, how can oppressed people fuck up? The only time I can see oppressed people fucking up the country is if the oppressed people came together, found commonality and power, and then directly challenged the system. Then I can understand that being the case. The fact that queer existence is being shown to the masses, and the masses respond like this out of fear and out of ignorance, and then have the nerve to turn around and say that y'all fucking up this country. And remember at the beginning when he said we tolerated y'all. So at this point, y'all are really just speaking the same thing that's been said for decades, which is y'all believe that there is no space, no reason, no rhyme for queer people to exist in America at all. Y'all quote unquote tolerated us, and look at where we're at now. That's what it gives the illusion that y'all are saying. So and I be wanting to be wrong about this. I do. I want to believe that heterosexual people are cool with queer people, don't really have a problem with them. I actually want to allow queer people to exist. I want to believe so wholeheartedly that that is the case, but when I listen again to the commentary that I've been sharing on my platform, girl, and I be using they shit, I don't be sitting here and be splicing shit up. I sit here and spend hours listening to what you say come out your mouth, that you edited, that you did a peer review or had a personal review over multiple times before you decided to hit the upload button. So you can't be mad that what you share with the world is bullshit. Because again, you are the one. Y'all are the ones, shall I say, excuse me. Y'all are the ones that are asking questions about a group of people and then being rhetorical in it. It's y'all, not us. What's going on, Bubs? Bubsy. I'm just getting off work. I was in the bushes, but we definitely need that lab about straight men who have sex with gay men, because I feel that's an experience that is common. See, so, and I'm gonna need you to show up and share. If you have any experiences here, share yours. Like, I've never had those experiences because I'm attracted to men with more feminine energy. I'm not saying that I'm not open to men who, well, hell, there's probably even heterosexual men that have feminine energy. I don't know. I would prefer to be with somebody that is gay. I would prefer to be intimate with someone that is gay. I don't have time with somebody who is quote unquote straight, who wants to experiment or figure shit out or wants to try it. There are so many others who would be, bitch, willing to burn down houses and shit to do that with you. I'm not the individual. Because I require more from those experiences. And I'm not finna have any sexual experience with somebody that I'm not connected to. No shade. This leprechaun energy with this good dick is too good. Okay? To just be motherfucking be willy-nilly with it.
periods. I just don't understand. If some of you women would fight back the same way you fight back with your boyfriends or your husbands and you constantly nagging and whatnot, some of you guys have more fervor for your husband not taking out the trash. Or
Yes, because that's your husband. That's a nigga you decided to marry. And on top of that, we both got to work here. Why is it taking your ass so long to fucking take the trash out? It'll take you about 5-10 seconds. Yes, because that's your wife. She fucking you. She feeding you. She doing all this stuff for you. So hell yeah, she gonna have more smoke for the individual that's actually affecting her life as opposed to an individual that's not. It seems like men want to blame other people to get the smoke off of them when y'all are causing the problems. But again, y'all not emotional. Or emotionally aware, shall I say, because y'all do have emotions. Y'all just not emotionally aware and balanced and aligned. So of course you're not going to be able to see it. Not you trying to gaslight women to fight trans women so that the pressure be off y'all backs because y'all can't take out the trash. But when it's time for some sex, y'all come through, and from what Spicy said, some of y'all don't even be lasting. Y'all doing all this. I hope y'all putting y'all hymns 30% discount code in y'all description boxes below to help y'all out. Cause I'm 32 and this dick's still strong.
your boyfriend arriving late to, I don't know, to dinner or something, or back home. You guys have more outrage than you guys completely being eradicated. And I just don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Now, ladies, you do whatever you want to do. That's on you. But for men, nah, that's not going to happen. It's sure as heck not going to happen. You're not going to say you a man and then go and get pregnant. I can't get pregnant. I'm not getting any freaking a baby in me. And that's not how that works. Bruh, it's even crazy. Even hearing myself say this is crazy. Okay? So we need to bring some sanity back into the country. Because clearly we've given the baton to the wrong people. And they running and running and running, and somebody needs to tell them, hey, you need to get back on the track. You're no longer on the track. You just running into the forest of stupidity and drivel.
Oh,
anyways,
wow.
guys, that's the video. Let me know what...
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, sir. All right, y'all, that was the amazing Lucas, okay, giving his commentary on how transgenderism to him makes no sense. And we thank you for sharing your perspective, even though it's an echo chamber of what we've already heard for centuries. Well, not centuries, probably centuries, I don't know, but decades now. Yeah, we need to do something different. Okay, we need to do something different because this here ain't it. It's not it. And like I said, I'm gonna hold my damn promise. I guess I'm in my activism stuff, y'all, and I'll let y'all know when shit get real. When motherfuckers talking about they want to whoop my ass and see me in the field, girl, that's when you know it's real. But I want y'all to understand, girl, I'm real too. It's low-key scary to me because I'm trying to figure out how real I really am, girl, and I don't even know yet. So I'm still growing in stature when it comes to that. Because there's going to be a change. There's going to be a change. Y'all not going to keep projecting y'all insecurities on people because y'all weak. And y'all ignorant. And y'all so fragile in y'all masculinity to where it's like, oh my God, masculinity is being attacked. If you were in your divine masculine, you wouldn't be pressed. Especially about trans men. Trans men are just on the spectrum of what men are. And it don't have to be you. It's okay. I'm not a trans man. And I never will be. I'm not pressed about other trans men. I only become I feel like I would only become pressed if there was some sort of jealousy factor to it. That's exactly what it seems like. There is a jealousy there. These people are included and you are jealous. Why? That sounds like some satanic shit. Remember when Satan was God's most beautiful angel? He was the most, girl. Ain't nobody above you, bitch. You are the standard, girl. But when God also started to share his, according to y'all narrative in the book, started to share his energy with humanity and show love and compassion towards humanity, what happened? Satan thought God ass was crazy. And he wanted to be God because he wanted all the power. When all that the supreme being did was just share the power. You already have your title. You already have your status. You already in heaven. The humans trying to get to heaven, right? You already there, girl. You already at the right hand, girl. You sitting next to Jesus at this point. You're on the board. You're on the pulpit. Everybody can see you. But because that energy of love shared it with something else besides you, it still includes you, but you're not the only one. Now all of a sudden it's a problem and it's an issue. Y'all have the satanic energy. Because Satan ass is jealous. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Y'all have still yet to prove factually, objectively, how queer people have destroyed the country. But baby, if we were to flip the mirror and look at his history, because when it comes down to LGBTQ, we're LGBTQ because y'all pushed us away. So we had no choice but to come together. And we're only connected by acronyms. We still struggling try to connect as far as humanity. Because a lot of us grew up under y'all narrative, so we still struggling to figure out who the hell we really look like and what that looks like. And then there are some of us who have self-actualized and are here to pave the way for those who are coming after us who are queer. Just like how black people, there was a progression of what black people had to do, even lay down their own fucking lives for the collective. So that a black boy or a black child or us as black people are able to be on motherfucking YouTube without being censored or being put on the nigga net. But again, when people are ignorant, they don't know that. The only sin is the sin of ignorance. It reads that people perish by the lack of knowledge. That's true. A lot of innocent people die because of ignorant ass people. And again, if y'all have the facts to completely crack queer people's objective reality, y'all are failing. Y'all are failing. Y'all are failing at producing that. The reason why it appears that queer people keep winning, in the words of Funky Dineva, is because y'all keep losing. Because y'all keep speaking about shit you don't know. Of course you're gonna lose. What? But anyway, that's my commentary. I give the amazing Lucas, or anybody who has an opposing view, I give you the right to use my commentary. I just ask that you use it in context, and that I ask that you please just bring the facts and the statistics. Okay? That's all I ask. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me for this live. Make sure y'all hit that like button, okay, because it helps the channel to grow in the algorithms. That's probably the most important thing that you can do for me on this platform. If you're vibing with the platform and you like the Bubs flow, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I go live at random times, okay? I just go whenever the spirit hit me. So, make sure you subscribe. And if you're feeling compelled, hit that Cash App. Okay, $ BubzDaGawd. I'm out here putting in work, time, effort, and energy trying to help the collective, baby. So if you want to help, okay, the Leprechaun Church Building Fund, where we actually put dough knobs on the dough and shit, make sure you hit me in my Cash App. Okay, we take anything that jingles or folds or anything between, baby. Okay, we just grateful. All right, shout out to King Harold in the building. Shout out to Queen Spicy. Shout out to King Deshaun in the building. Shout out to Boy Crazy. Shout out to Extra Smoke Dragon. Okay, Light to Check. Who else we got? I think we had I already said Queen Amber, right? We had Scotty by Nature. Come on, we had an OG in the building. Shout out to you. I think I'm gonna do Amber again if I haven't said it. Queen Amber. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to those in the bushes. And I'll be looking forward to y'all commentary. Okay. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Love never dies, just choose to be